Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever in the world you may be tuning in from. I'm Darren Lutton and welcome to Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. We're at Lions Stadium for this round 23 clash between the Raw NTC, who are tonight's home team, and Lions FC. Of course, the Raw NTC play all their matches at the away grounds, so tonight Lions are playing host. Now, before we start tonight's match, there's going to be a minute's silence. Tegan Riding lost an aunt this week, and you'll see the Lions players are wearing armbands.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Tegan, Cheryl and family.
Well-observed minutes silence on the other side of the ground. On this side of the ground, unfortunately, they weren't aware what was going on. So if you picked up that noise on the effects mic, that'll be why. Now let's quickly run through the team sheets before this match gets underway. So for the Raw NTC, number 4, Lainey Fryer. Number 1, Ellie Chappell. Number 3, Winona Heatley. Number 7, India Page Riley. Number 9, Shani Fryer. Number 10, Anima Graf. Number 16, Holly Palmer. Sorry, that's Hayley Palmer. Number 17, Misha Westland. Number 18, Leah Davidson. Number 6, Jamila Rankin. And number 13, Danielle Ward. On the bench, Hayley Khan, Holly McQueen, Georgia Thompson, Charlotte Farmer and Georgia Beaumont. For Lions FC, number 3, Georgia Chapman. Number 5, Kate Morton. Number 6, Rebecca Horsey. Number 7, Jamila Riley. Number 10, Tegan Riding. Number 14, Tanisha Stanley. 15, Lana Harch. Number 16, Giverny Kenman. Number 17, Jessica Hogg. Number 19, Michaela DeSavia. Number 20, Ellen Hepburn. On the subs bench, Megan Stevens, Amy Gunston, Abigail Evitz, Elizabeth Schiavo and Ashley Myers. Recognition for the sponsors of both of these clubs. So the Raw NTC are sponsored by Brisbane Airport.
Number 7, Jamila Riley. Number 10, Tegan Riding.
And Lions are, of course, sponsored by Motorama and Luxury Paints.
Number 16, Vernie Kenman. Number 17, Jessica Hogg. Number 19.
Tonight's referee.
Number 20, Ali Hepburn. Subs tonight for Lions, number 4, Megan Stevens, number 9, Annie Gunston, number 11, Abigail Evitz, number 12, Elizabeth Schiavo, and number 18, Ashley Myers.
And we're underway in this round 23 NPLW clash. Of course, if Lions are to be champions, it's currently in their own hands. If they win every match between here and the end of the season, they will be this year's champions. For the Raw NTC, they are fighting for a spot in the top 4. If they win all their catch-up games and go clean all the way through the remainder of the season, they will make the top 4 in 4th place. Raw NTC are actually the hottest team in the competition at the moment. They've won their last 9 matches have to go back to April 20 for their last drop points. That was a 4-1 loss to Moreton Bay. So although this side is very young, lots of 14s, 15s and 16-year-olds in the side, they're an extremely well-drilled outfit. And although most would expect Lions to win tonight, they're certainly going to have their work cut out. NTC winning back possession. Cross field, cut out by Horsey. As you can see, these NTC players extremely comfortable on the ball. That's McGrath. Owns a corner for their team. It's a beautiful, cool night here at Lions Stadium. Pretty small crowd in attendance tonight. We do have a seniors match going on behind us. So any noise that you hear in the effects mic is probably the families of those involved in that match. Their benches are right underneath where we're situated. So it's been all NTC at the moment. Got the two Friars out on the left-hand side. Shani was the one called for offside. Now our twin sisters. So if you're watching this match via Facebook Live, which, let's face it, most of you probably will be, all cleared by Riley. Get social. Let us know where you're tuning in from, particularly if you're watching the match from out of town. Love reading those interstate and international viewers. If you're watching the game and you find those comments a little bit annoying, they're getting in the way of your viewing pleasure, all you need to do is swipe right if you're watching on a mobile device. To bring them back into play, all you need to do is swipe left. Those kids had a ball on the second ball on the field there. Thankfully it's been removed. This is McGrath. Gets a cross in. Lions haven't cleared. Still here for the NTC. This is DeSavia. Now a chance for Riding. If she can keep the ball in play, she's unable to do so. Just to underline how good form Raw NTC are at the moment. Last week they had a 6-0 win over Easts with 6 individual goal scorers. The NTC have gone through 28 players on their team sheet this season. It's around about average. And slightly above. Most clubs are around 25, 26 at this time of the season. And for a club that chop and change so many players, and give opportunities to so many players within their squad. It's amazing how they manage to stay cohesive. NTC had their played in the national championships for their age group about 6 weeks ago now. They only lost one match in those championships. The final match to New South Wales. Comfortable victories in all the other matches. It's an opportunity now for Davidson. Chopped out well by the Lions defence. Horsey looks downfield. Can't find a teammate. And here's an opportunity for Harch. Shot goes wide. It was actually Tanisha Stanley with the shot. So this match is a good opportunity to check out some of these raw NTC players. It's about the third match that we've streamed of them this season. They've always been entertaining when we've covered them. Just highlighted by their fluid formations. Just willingness to maintain possession, utilise their skills, and play attractive attacking football. And that cross, almost an own goal from Lions. Thankfully it went over the bar. The NTC have their second corner. They've certainly been the brighter of the two teams. Good cross in. Hepburn does well. Alan Hepburn, incidentally, has been on trial with the Raw W League team at the moment, along with Chloe Cole from South United. And a few other Lions FC players that have trialled as well in the same intake. So a lot of these players should be very familiar with each other. Of course, Lions have a few ex-NTC players in their ranks. Davidson. McGrath can't control possession. NTC have the ball back though. That's Halliday. Again, the Raw are able to keep the ball. McGrath going for a little run. Looking for a teammate. Shani Fry got blocked out. Riley threads the needle with her pass, and this sets things up nicely for the Raw. Sorry, for Lions. Tegan Riding. Pulls over, and it's a free kick. Well, this is the first chance that Lions have had in the attacking part of the field. Didn't mention before, this evening's total tool referee is Lara Lee, assisted by Jessica Borg and Lucinda Robertson. Lara Lee, of course, a very experienced referee. She did one of the friendlies last year. Perhaps it was earlier this year when the Matildas took on Brazil in Newcastle. Set piece comes in. Good delivery. Chappell did well. Hogg trying to create a bit of chaos in the Raw defence. As ever, the Raw players just so comfortable on the ball. I'm pretty sure you're going to get sick of me saying that this evening. It really is one of the features of their play. And a quick turnover. TC are able to tidy up. Kenman has the ball in hand. Again, the Raw quite comfortably winning back possession. Rebecca Horsey has the armband for Lions tonight. Heatley dinks the ball forward, can't find a teammate. She may get another opportunity. She's got that right leg pretty heavily strapped. As does a central defensive partner, Danielle Ward. Just to mention that there are two other matches on this evening. One in the NPLW between Capalaba and Logan. In the FQPL, Mitchelton are hosting Ipswich Knights. We'll try and bring you scores from both of those games. That through ball cut out comfortably by Horsey, but she does concede a corner. Raw NTC are actually 6th in goal scoring in the NPLW. That header goes comfortably to Hepburn. So 65 goals scored, and 5th in the goals conceded, just 28. They've had 13 players on the team sheet. Marnie Fryer actually leads the way with 11. He's also copped the most yellow cards for a side with 3. Hepburn perhaps a little bit too cute. Graf unable to make Lions pay. India Riley, who set the league alight in the early part of the season. We're actually missing a few games. She scored 10 goals. And the ball runs out of play. Shani Fryer scored 8. Beaumont and Palmer with 7. Here's Tegan Riding. She's got a runner in the middle if she can find her. She's unable to do so. Good work there from Harch. The offside flag goes up against Riding. NTC's best win this season was a 12-0 victory over Madrabar. The only time they reached double figures. Savia creates a turnover. Chapman looking for options. Can't link up with the Savia. McGrath has been very busy in this opening minutes of the game. Stanley unable to control possession. It's the MTC's biggest win so far this season, probably the 3-1 win over Souths. Their biggest losses, that 4-1 match on April 20, the last time they lost against Moreton Bay. They also had a 4-1 loss against Souths. Now Lions have a corner. Good little spell here for the team in orange. Corner's taken short. Not all the Raw players were alert to it being taken quickly. Long range attempt is blocked. The Lions have another corner. Raw NTC players are probably the most drilled out of all the teams in the competition. They train 4 nights a week. They play a midweek match against NPL boys. And they have this competition. And of course any other matches that come their way. They also play against the W League team on occasion. Chappell goes short. Long ranging ball. Turns over possession back to Lions. NTC have a free kick. Bringing you up to date with the other match being played tonight. It's actually Capalaba against Southwest Queensland Thunder. That doesn't seem right. I'll just check that. It's currently 2-0 to the visiting team. So yes, it is Logan that are 2-0 up at Capalaba. Capalaba graphic has the Southwest Queensland Thunder team there, which is the cause of the confusion. Pretty sure the Thunder play on Sunday against the Sunshine Coast. Chance here for Lions. The attacking half have worked their way into this game a little bit better. And Tegan riding with so much space. Completely miscued her shot. Had an airy. Well, that was a golden opportunity there for the Lions. Not what you expect to see. Yellow card there is dished out to Danielle Ward. Lions have a free kick in a good position. Lana Hart standing over the ball. We have seen her score from a free kick already this season. She'll fancy her chances from this position. Harch. Well, the free kick lacked a little bit of pace. Probably didn't hit it how she wanted to. The score remains 0-0. This is Friday night football and Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. Now the Roar goes straight down the other end and have themselves a corner. Eva Davidson is the player going over to take this corner. Short delivery. Cleared by Riley. Riley again. Long throw. This is India Riley. McGrath. McGrath again. Fryer. Westland. Cross into the box. Cleared by Morton. Lions look to go quickly. Trying to exploit the pace of Tegan Riding. She's second to the ball on this occasion. This time Lions will come forward. That through ball's a little bit too strong. Chapel comfortably comes out. Riding with the cross. Chapel. Couldn't collect cleanly. Unfortunately for her, loose ball did not go to an orange shirt. NTC were able to clear. "35 minutes in the FQPL match. Looks like Mitchelton have just scored. So 1-0 Mitchelton against Ipswich Knights. I've got Roar NTC goalkeeper coach Danny Harbert to give me a little bit of info on these Roar NTC players, and pretty much a summary on every player finished with words to the effect of "she's a gun" or "she's going to be good" or "one to watch." I think "one to watch" was the oft-used phrase. As you can see from tonight's showing already, that these players certainly are ones to watch. They're Very entertaining players. David De Silva believes that this side is the best that he's coached. The best group of players that he's ever had to coach. He's absolutely enjoying coaching this team. It's very easy to see why. Cross a little bit too deep. Hepburn's throw got cut out. Rankin was the player. Her cross. Can only find Chapman. We'll get another chance though. McGrath goes inside. Riding's through ball, eventually finding Stanley. That still could be there for Lions. Sport players come now. Long range attempt, straight to Chappell. It's a pretty good tempo to this game so far. R23 probably shading the possession stakes. Despite that, you'd have to say Lions have probably had the better opportunities on goal. Tegan Riding, of course. A great opportunity, where she completely missed the shot. This is Mickey DeSavia. Chappell came out quickly to defuse the situation. Tegan Riding bearing down on her. Hepburn finds Hogg. Westland. It's back to Chappell. Davidson. Fryer. She's got a free player if she can find her. She gets squeezed out by the Lions defence. Good pressure here from the Roar NTC. The ball finds Westland. Cuts back inside. Davidson. NTC have a throw. Good inside ball. Hepburn comes out quickly. I was talking to Ellen Hepburn pre-game and asked her how her trial was going with the Raw. Pretty pleased with this showing so far. Basically shown up, done her work and gotten on with it. It's so good to see that players in this competition being given opportunities to at least show their wares to coaches at a higher level. Despite the fact that the Raw have their own academy players, who are of course on show tonight, the Raw are willing to cast their net wide and at least take a look at players in this competition, just see who's the best fit for their team. Throw from Hepburn, couldn't find DeSavia. McGrath can't get a handle on the ball. Deft touch from half. Anywhere will do for Horsey. I bet she enjoyed putting the boot through the ball then. The 33rd minute of this match. Still no goals to show. A bit sloppy there from the Raw. Riley. Again, a little bit of lack of communication between teammates. Passes going in between players. Quick turnover. Arch gives up a free kick. Anna Arch has been in great form of late. Last time we streamed a match here, she of course scored a sensational goal. Raw will look to build again. Westland, McGrath. Cross not properly cleared. Sits there for Riley. Offside flag goes up though. Gaverni, Kenman and McGrath. That's been one of the battles of the half so far. I have to say McGrath is probably winning on a points decision. Let's see if that battle remains in the second half. NTC have possession again. Davidson. Riley. Great first touch from Riley. Great second touch from Riley. The shot goes wide. Just some class touches there from India Page Riley. Such a sharp first touch. Second one was just as good. Fortunately, when it came time to get that shot on goal, it's left Left a little bit to be desired. She has scored plenty of goals already this season. Second on the goal scoring tally for the NTC. Lions are dallying on the ball. Giving up possession. McGrath and Kenman having another battle. Split decision there. Nice turn from Fryer. Westland and Davidson. Davidson, the space opens up. She'll put in the shot. A little bit too straight with the opportunity. And Harch concedes possession. Lani Fryer. Should correct myself there, that's Laney Fryer. Laney and Shani are the twins. This is Horsey. A little bit of time to pick out a pass. All she does is give the ball straight back to the NTC. Reasonable cross from McGrath. A long range attempt. The Lions look a little bit shell-shocked here. They haven't quite got their game going. Normally expect them to see them a lot more fluent with their passing, a lot more comfortable on the ball. The Lions defense. Well, Lions got lucky then. They had defenders well out of position. That was a good opportunity that went begging there for the NTC. They still have a corner. I suspect Joe DeSavio will be very keen to get his players in the shed at half-time. Let's see if they can hold on for these last 6 minutes. Take a clean sheet into the sheds. Once that possession, they've just got Tegan riding up in front. The players were back for the corner. There's the chance now on the open side with DeSavia. She's got Kenman running on, ignores her, and tries to switch play back to the right. The ball sits nicely for Danielle Ward. Westland trying to thread a pass through the middle of the Lions defence. Shot from Riley straight into a teammate. Again, more pressure. The Lions are having to soak up. McGrath. This time she does get around Kenman. Cleared by Riley rather hastily. Normally you'd see a lot more composure from her. Riley with the shot. Just wide. The Raw NTC showing just how well drilled they are. May not have a goal yet. They've certainly been the better side in the first half. This young side showing up their much more fancied opposition. This is Riley again. Another shot straight at Hepburn. Perhaps it's the shooting on goal where they're just lacking a little bit of composure. Perhaps with these young bodies, enough strength to get enough power into their shots. Perhaps a little bit more placements required. Half time in the FQPL. It's Terrelbal Park. It's Mitchelton 1, Ipswich Knights 0. Mitchelton, of course, out of the finals race now. Riding, taking on Heatley. It's been a good battle between Tegan Riding and these NTC defenders. At the moment, it's the Raw that have had an answer to every question that Riding's posed to them. Chip shot. Chappell can't collect. Looks like the offside flag went up. A couple of minutes to go before the half-time break. No goals at this stage. That's not for a lack of trying. Both keepers have had plenty of saves to make. To be fair, most of them have been straight at them. They haven't had to make any diving saves. We've seen plenty of shots. We just need a little bit more precision with the shooting. I suspect both coaches will be requesting that from their players in the second half, particularly David De Silva. And he's got players with young bodies and able to generate the power required to score from close quarters, and more pointedly from long range. That's where you need to be able to place a shot. Here's McGrath. Can she get one away? A long range attempt, that goes wide. So the goal kick might be taken again. Perhaps it didn't leave the box. Has to be said, I walked the field prior to the match tonight. It is in fantastic condition for this time of the year. Of course, had plenty of matches played on it. There's a chance for the Raw NTC. It's Riley with the second attempt. And the Raw NTC get the goal that they've deserved. They've been the better team in this first half. And on the stroke of half-time, it's the young players from Raw NTC that go ahead. Well, Ellen Hepburn's asking Lara Lee why the goal kick had to be retaken. It proved to be their downfall. And India Page Riley gets her 10th goal of the season.
First goal of the match to Raw FC, scored by number
Lions
7.
looking for a quick reply.
Raw 1, Lions 0.
And there it is. Well, it's a great time to score a goal, and the Raw NTC take the lead with a goal 30 seconds from the half-time break. Both sides have had plenty of chances, but the Raw NTC have been the better of the two teams, And they go into the sheds with a 1-goal lead. It's been a pretty good exhibition of football tonight here at Richland Stadium. We'll be back very shortly with the second half. Do not go away. This is Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW.
Total Tools, we swear by our range, we swear by our service, and of course, we swear by our prices, so you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools, every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day, even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
Football is my favourite. I love playing it with my friends.
When I score a goal, I celebrate and dream of playing for the Celtic Socceroos.
And this is where it all starts, with the Aldi Mini-Roos kick-off program. I grab my shin pads, boot bag, drink bottle and bowl, then join my mates for some fun.
It's great. We learn new skills every week through games and activities. These help us learn about teamwork and respect for others.
My mum cheers me on the sidelines. She loves watching me play. She likes it that football is such a safe sport.
But best of all,
we make lots of new friends.
And if we are lucky, we might run into the Aldi Mini-Roos ambassadors.
Wow, it's Archie Thompson. He's a legend. And Steph Natley from the Westfield Matildas. She is amazing. Come and join Australia's biggest football program for kids. Come and join us.
lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
Football is my favourite. I love playing it with my friends.
When I score a goal, I celebrate and dream of playing for the Caltex Socceroos.
And this is where it all starts, with the Aldi Mini-Roos kick-off program. I grab my shin pads, boot bag, drink bottle and bowl, then join my mates for some fun.
It's great. We learn new skills every week through games and activities. These help us learn about teamwork and respect for others. My mum cheers me on the sidelines. She loves watching me play. She likes it that football is such a safe sport.
But best of all,
we make lots of new friends. And if we are lucky, we might run into the Aldi Mini-Roos ambassadors.
Wow, it's Archie Thompson. He's a legend. And Steph Natley from the Westfield Matildas. She is amazing. Come and join Australia's biggest football program for kids. Come and join us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the
Players
second
back on the
half
field
of
for the
our
second half here at Lions Stadium. And it's a scoreline that will please the Gap and South United. It's currently Raw NTC 1, Lions FC 0. A goal on the stroke of half-time by India Page Riley. And it's these younger players that have shown their more experienced opposition how it's done. And well worth their lead at this point of the match. Looks like Joe DeSavia's made a substitution at half-time. Let's come back to that as the Raw NTC come forward again. Another long-range attempt, just skews wide. It was off the boot of Holly Palmer. So yes, just bringing you up to date with other scores around the grounds. We mentioned in the first half that at half-time at John Fredericks, it was Capalaba 0, Logan 2. That match ended in a 2-2 draw. Big second half from the Bulldogs to earn themselves a point. Here's another opportunity for the Raw. Cut out well. Davidson goes back to her defenders. Rankin. Crossfield ball by Fryer. And the shot blocked by Hepburn. He's been the busier of the two keepers in this match. The Raw NTC look to pick up where they left off. Another chance for the NTC. I thought India Riley was going to take the ball straight into the box, but she was looking for a teammate. She had the time and space. She should have taken the shot on. NTC have to make do with a corner. A very positive start to the second half from the Raw. Raw NTC looking for 10 wins in a row in this competition. So deep corner comes in. Cleared by Morton. Stanley loses out. Shani Fryer. Back to Rankin. Goes across to Davidson. Heatley. Another shot. This time it's Davidson. We're only 3 minutes into the second half, and you can count 3 shots on goal by the Raw NTC. And some comfortable tidying up there by the Raw. Chappell will take a goal kick. So yes, 56 minutes in the FQPL match between Mitchelton and Ipswich Knights. Mitchelton have a 1-goal lead. Should this result stand, this will take the championship out of Lions FC's hands. If the Lions can win every match between here on in, they will be the 2018 champions. Of course, play the Gap next week. If they were to drop points tonight, it will well and truly be advantage the gap. Temperature just starts to drop here at Richlands. Cool winter evening. Strong work there from Morton. She loses out. Paige Riley's offside. I mentioned that Lions have made half-time substitution. They in fact haven't. Perhaps they should. They've been pretty ineffective going forward. Tegan Riding's just had scraps to feed on so far. She of course had a good opportunity, which was in a ton of space, and had an air swing. Apart from that wonderful opportunity, there's been too much on offer for Lions. Chance cut out well by Ward. Shani Fryer up, a kick ball in play. Cross goes straight to Hepburn. Again, the offside flag goes up against Riley. What a frenetic start to this second half by the NTC. These players have got a pretty packed schedule for the remainder of the season. They've got 2 make-up games to go. They've got the Gap and the Gold Coast games to make up. Game against the Gap has been scheduled for the 21st of August. That's a Tuesday night. Match against Gold Coast still to be scheduled. Westland. Westland gets a return ball. And again, this constant pressure. From the Brisbane Roar NTC. NTC stands for National Training Centre for anyone who may be interested. A couple of Lions players are former graduates of the NTC. Tanisha Stanley being one. Morton surrenders possession. This is Palmer. More catching practice for Hepburn. Palmer earns a free kick. Morton deemed to have been a little bit too physical. In the FQPL, Mitchelton have scored a second goal against Ipswich in the 61st minute. It's currently Mitchelton 2, Ipswich Knights 0. Cross from Fryer. And the shot from Riley. Good save from Hepburn. Ward goes back to Chappell. Heatley. Pretty sure last time we saw Winona Heatley, she was in a midfield role for this team. She's playing in central defence tonight. Another stray pass. Lions will have a free kick though. Taken quickly. So they should have taken a little bit more time. Miller Rankin comes forward. Plays a 1-2 with Fryer. The Lions have played 22 games, 18 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss, which is the fewest in the league. The Gap have lost 2 matches. Lions' big slip-up have been the 3 draws that they've had. They notched up their 100th goal last week, which is second in the standings, and conceded just 24, which is ranked 3rd. Mentioned that the NTC have nominated 28 players on their team sheet all season. Lions have had 25. Come the NTC again. Pass a little bit too straight. Easy for Jamila Riley to clean up. Ball can't quite get in the path of Morton. The Lions are going to need all their experience if they're to come away with something from this game. Lions probably started the season with one of the most experienced squads in the competition. And here's a chance now for Riding. Tegan Riding! Good hit! Good hit! What a goal! And we're back at 1-1. Well, I mentioned experience. And Tegan Riding, the ex-W League player, has plenty in abundance. And just a clean strike on goal levels up this contest. That is exactly what Lions FC needed. Not only for this match, but of course for their title aspirations. And that's brought the home crowd alive as well. Tanisha Stanley. Set the cross up nicely. Chappell came out to tidy up. And now we'll have to see if the NTC have a response. It's just the difference between the two teams. The NTC have created so many opportunities, had so many chances on goal, but their shots have just lacked the power, lacked the precision, the placement. Tegan's Riding shot had all 3 of those in abundance. Had the power, had the pace, had the precision and the placement. Boy, hasn't the atmosphere lifted around here. NTC players have been in this situation many times. They play so many games. They, of course, play the matches against the boys midweek. Apparently got a bit of a touch-up from Brisbane City. Under 15s on Tuesday or Wednesday night. Ball just running out of play. There'll be absolutely no fitness concerns for any of these raw NTC players. They will certainly see the game out. And if they don't, it won't be through a lack of fitness. Looks like Lions might be readying a substitution. 61st minute. Mickey DeSavi is the player coming off. Looks like she might have copped a bit of a knock.
Substitution for Lions, number 9, Amy Gunston, replaces number 19.
Amy Gunston is the player that's come on.
Raw, number 14. Holly McQueen replaces.
Well, they recognised Amy. She's got her hair tied back tonight.
Score remains at Raw 1.
Normally it's flowing all over the place. Very distinctive hairstyle. Amy's been one of the stars of the under-17s. She's been promoted to the top team due to her good performances. There's a chance for Stanley. It's back in field. Perhaps she could have taken on the shot herself. Riding. Back for Morton. Shot from Riding. Dribbles harmlessly to Chappell. This is much better from Lions FC. Feeling that the sense of the urgency. The fact that they just have to come away from this game with the 3 points. If they were outclassed in the first half, they've certainly lifted their rating a little bit in the second. Arch looking for Riding. Jessica Hogg. Chapman. Quite calmly. NTC are able to tidy up. Stanley tried to cut out a weak pass. Again tidied up by the NTC. Shani Fry goes for a little run. Rankin with a deep cross. Just get a feeling that the intensity of this contest has gone up a couple of notches. We've been keeping up with the Tournament of Nations. Of course, Matildas, a brilliant 2-0 win over Japan this morning. I was following the match against the USA at work. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And of course, conceding that goal from a corner in the 90th minute. I don't know this for sure, but I understand that the USA gave Brazil a right beating this morning. And probably come away from the tournament despite being on the same amount of points as the Matildas. Might have won the Tournament of Nations on goal difference. Not 100% on that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. While we're talking about Matildas, there's a camp next week for the mini Matildas. Jamila Rankin, Georgia Thompson, Georgia Beaumont, Charlotte Farmer, Mia Bailey and Kezia Pritchard have all been selected for that Matildas mini camp. Georgia Thompson is on the bench tonight. Been asking David De Silva about his team, and all the talk has been about Georgia Thompson. Hopefully we'll get to see a little cameo from her at the end. Word is that she is a little bit special. Yes, confirmation. USA did win the Tournament of Nations. Shani Fryer gets around Morton. Still there for the NTC, and they're back in front. Holly Palmer with the goal. And lackadaisical defending from Lions. Shani Fryer, perhaps a little bit fortunate with the rebound. But got past her defender a little bit too easily. Found Holly Palmer in plenty of space. With 25 minutes left to go in this game, it's the Raw NTC back in front. Well, Lions have to climb that mountain again. And it could get a little bit higher for them. That's Lainey Fryer. McGrath. Turnover. Tanisha Stanley doing a little bit of work in the middle of the field. Couldn't quite believe my eyes there. Anna Harch has just moved out to the right-hand side. Lions players do a little bit of a switch. Looks like they're going back to regular positions now. The NTC come forward. We've got 3-on-4 here. Make that 4-on-4. Infield ball. The shot's blocked. Out for Shani Fryer. Riley, good first touch again. And the scuffed clearance sits up nicely for Hepburn. Well, Hepburn's delivery left a little bit to be desired this evening. The throws haven't quite been to the advantage of her teammates. Of course, the goal that they conceded was from the poor delivery. What a great infield ball that was. Riley. And the shot from Lainey Fryer goes wide. Well, this game has well and truly come alive in the second half. Technically, it was quite good in the first, but just lacked a little bit of intensity, but it's certainly gone up a couple of notches now. As the importance of the occasion gets to the players, gets to the supporters. Lions must win this game. And that cross the face of goal. Into the corridor of uncertainty. Hepburn didn't come out for it. All it needed was a stray NTC boot. Shani Fryer finds Riley. NTC will load up again. Fryer keeps good balance, gets a cross in, puts the face of goal for Fryer again. Lions getting bodies in the way. Rankin running the show really well here. Another infield cross. A chance now for Lions to break. The ball's to the advantage of Riding. Keeper was off the line. I think Tegan Riding saw that. Perhaps tried to long range attempt. Didn't quite get the elevation on the shot that she required. "20 minutes to go. This is Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. It's round 23. The finals are so close you can smell the perfume. Of course, every result now makes a difference. It's currently the Raw NTC 2. Lions 1. NTC battling for a top 4 place. If they can win all their remaining matches, they will secure 4th place. Riley collapsed after heading the ball down. She got up in time. Another great touch from Riley. So good with her feet, isn't she? The first time I've seen her live. She didn't play in the match that we covered against Easts. Now it's Tanisha Stanley, who she feared most about her former teammates. She nominated 2 players, India Riley being one of them. And her mate Winona Heatley was the other. Another cross, comes shot. Hepburn up to the task. Shani Fry up the shot. The FQPL, Ipswich have scored. So it's now 2-1 to Mitchelton. 10 minutes to go in that match. It will end before this one does, so we will be able to bring you that full-time score. Kenman doing just enough. The Lions have a settling goal kick. Incidentally, Lions' biggest win this season was a 9-0 against Capalaba, and that was in round 1. The most important win of the season was probably the 4-3 against the Gap. And the only loss was a 3-1 against Souths. They've had 6 players named on the team sheet for every match this season. Raw NTC have only had 1, and that's Holly McQueen. And Holly's on the bench tonight. Pass a little bit too strong. Rankin unable to keep it in play. Lions will be thrilled to be back down this end of the field. Haven't spent too much time here in the second half. Well, the first for that matter. Here comes the NTC again. Lovely pass from Riley. Arch. $15 minutes to go. Lions will need 2 goals. If they're to retain their place at the top of the table. And of course, level with the gap at the moment. Second on goal difference. Tuttle Tours referee Lara Lee. There's an issue with the Lions bench. Yeah, being the other side of the field, unable to see what that was about. So yeah, it's very interesting that the Lions have scored 100 goals this season, but haven't clocked up double figures in any of the matches. I thought after round 1 that they were going to completely dominate this league. I started a point in the first half, I didn't quite finish it. Lions did have the most experienced squad in the competition. And since then they've lost Kirsten Jamieson, Rena Maggio, Jordan Franca, Pedrana Popovic, and Myra Lecker to injuries. All big names, and they haven't brought anyone in from any other clubs, so they've just been promoting the under-17s. This is a good way to do it. Not collected by Chappell. The ball just falls harmlessly into her hands. Well, a bit of good fortune there for the NTC. Can they take full advantage? This is Riley. Looks so dangerous every time she's on the ball. I want to encourage her to take the players on herself rather than pass it. It's kind of a disappointment every time she does release the ball to one of her teammates. Long range crossfield pass. Can't find another blue shirt. It'll still be there for the Raw. Rankin finds Riley. Riley, the space opens up for the shot. Straight down the middle again though. Another delivery from Hepburn that goes straight to a team, straight to the opposition. Riley, will she line up another shot? This time she goes out wide. McGrath, and that cross, header just over the bar. By just over the bar, I mean comfortably over the bar. That would have sealed the contest. An exciting match in the FQPL. 5 minutes to go. It's Mitchelton 3, Ipswich 2. Exciting game out at Taralba Park. More excitement here as another cross comes in and gets deflected out for a corner. Lions having to throw the majority of their players back. Corner's taken short. It's caught the Lions players off guard. A good cross in. Roar NTC have their third. And it's India Riley with the goal. Her second of the night. And with that goal, the Lions may have just given up the championship. Well, the corner was taken quickly. A good cross in, just in front of goal. Not too much pace in it for Hepburn to come out. India Riley in the right position. Now we're seeing some substitutions. So Charlotte Farmer and Georgia Beaumont are the players on the field. Lions are emptying their bench as well. They'll need to go on the hunt for goals. Abigail Evitts is a substitution player on.
Substitution for the Roar. Number 12,
Trying to make out.
Farmer,
Pretty sure Lions made a double substitution, just trying to see who that second player was.
Georgia Beaumont. And number 4.
The ball not properly cleared. Roar NTC have a corner. So plenty of excitement here. Plenty of excitement at Taralba Park. A minute to go. Mitchelton 3-2 up. This corner comes in for the Roar. Cleared by Lions. Rankin, that was a shot. Tegan Riding, she had 4 players to beat. She's good, but she's not that good. Palmer, the goal scorer. Hits the ball back again. The NTC just happy to maintain possession at the moment, as they should. With a 2-goal lead. They've turned over possession. Just a little bit hasty from Jessica Hogg. She had a little bit more time. Looks like Pippa Schiavo is on for Lions. Pippa Schiavo, of course, former NTC player. Injury time at Taralba Park, still 3-2 to Mitchelton. Riley gets around Morton. Riley passes into a pack of players. Here's the chance now for the NTC. It's under Hepburn. Roar NTC are going to come away with the 3 points. And this is a disaster for Lions FC. Holly Palmer has her second goal. And with 6 minutes to go, it's Aurora NTC 4, Lions FC 1.
Royal scored by number 18, Liam Davidson. Royal 4, Lions 1.
It might have been Leah Davidson that scored that goal. Plenty of action out here at the moment. Very hard to keep up with everything that's going on. Mitchelton have scored again. It's now 4-2. Lions just have to throw everything at this contest now. Tanisha Stanley with a long-range attempt. Shot lacking the power required. Five minutes to go. Friday night football is bringing you a cracker of a game. Good technical skills in the first half, but the intensity and the importance of the contest has brought things alive in the second. And it's these young players from the Aurora NTC. This will be their 10th win in a row in this competition. No side can match that. Gap will be the closest. Very shortly, I'll just run through the remaining matches for the Aurora NTC and Lions for that matter. Touch from Gunston, surrenders possession. NTC come again. It's Westland. McGrath. Westland's run on. Pass a little bit too strong. So in the remaining matches, the Gap play Easts, Lions, Moreton Bay and the South West Queensland Thunder. Lions play the Gap, Western Pride and Souths. Souths play Gold Coast, so the offside flag goes up. Souths play Gold Coast United, Mitchelton, Easts and Lions. Moreton Bay play Mudgeeraba, Raw, the Gap, Pride, Gold Coast United and the Raw. Play Moreton Bay next week. That may be the match that we cover. The Thunder, Mudgeeraba, and they've of course got those catch-up games against Gold Coast and the Gap. So there could be a few twists in the tail yet. Now this result will take the premiership out of the hands of Lions. They will be relying on other results. And they will of course have to be absolutely perfect from here on in. Starting with that match next week against the Gap. And of course this match does wonders for the Aurora NTC's top four aspirations. If they can be perfect on their run home, they will secure fourth place. And it's going to take a very good side to beat them. The last couple of minutes. Beaumont gets across in. There's only orange shirts in the way. Here comes Riley. Curving shot. Curves straight into the arms of Hepburn. Another throw that's just cut out by the Raw NTC. They've just been too sharp for their more experienced opponents tonight. Lions have looked a little bit lethargic. Just haven't quite got their passing game going. This won't do much good for their confidence. They've got to get straight back into the saddle next week. We'll, of course, be interviewing both coaches after the match. You'll be able to see that on the Funny Old Game Facebook page. So full time at Terrelba Park. It's Mitchelton 4, Ipswich Knights 2. Of course, in the NPLW match a little earlier this evening, Capalaba 2, Logan 2. The NTC just need to manage their way to the end of this game. Just playing keep ball for a couple of minutes. That cross straight to Hepburn. Hepburn goes long. Finds Stanley. Arch. It's a ball out in front of Riding. Riding will be looking for numbers to get in the box. He didn't quite make the run. Amy Gunston got in half a good position, then checked her run, which perhaps needed to keep going. NTC, will they go for another goal? Showing plenty of skill. It's still there if they want to take on the shot. And Lions players seem to have given up the contest there for a moment. Ball still in play. Riley unable to get her shot on target. 3rd minute of extra time. It can't be too much longer in this contest. It's been a great performance from the defensive line from Raw NTC tonight. The defence has just been imperious. They've worked so well as a unit. Up against one of the toughest opponents. They've been so strong. Another example of it there. The 2-on-1. Just giving Tegan Riding impossible tasks. Perhaps as this side's, Lowland side's got a bit younger. So is that lack of experience? Well, the first half was a good technical performance from both teams, but in the second half it really came alive. And it's the Raw NTC that maintained their top 4 title, their top 4 chances with a 4-1 victory over Lions FC. For Lions, they are now relying on other results if they're to be the 2018 NPLW champions. I'm Darren Lutton on behalf of Tom McClifty from Double Take and David Reid from Football Queensland. This has been a Football Queensland production. A couple of matches in the NPL and the FQPL. Check out the Football Queensland Facebook page and Instagram and all the social media for details on those matches. But from Lions Stadium, we wish you a good evening and enjoy your football.